Factors that influence the achievement of diversity in school. Over the last few years, governments and policymakers across the world have put resources into numerous projects to attempt to improve the nature of discrimination and diversity among populations. This plan has seen a developing utilization of inclusion approaches, for example, proficient norm systems in schools. Comprehensive school settings can advance mental and social change and upgrade learning among growing youth. Changing socioeconomics and the modern work environment propose that ethnic, racial, religious, and economic varieties are significant components that need to be considered for a stable and prosperous country. The schools where I studied had mostly white American representatives with little diversity in ethnicity. I grew up in a small town where most people were from close origins and birthplaces. Thus, the financial situation and statuses of all classmates were of a similar level. Similarities helped all the students stay on the same level and easily communicate with each other. However, the problem was that there were a few people who were African American and Hispanic, which made them outcasts in middle school. Teachers were not attentive to these problems, and there were no specific classes or office hours devoted to the inclusion of all children. In high school, however, there were many exchange students from different countries with varied ethnic and religious backgrounds. The history classes were unbiased, and we tried to view events such as the Civil War from everyone's perspective. As students who went to my school were mostly from Christian families, many events involved visiting churches. If I were a teacher at that time, I would have included themes about the importance of identity and tolerance towards peers in my courses and have added textbooks that aim to address various profiles. It is advised that teachers give assignments where they would mix students into groups with diverse racial, gender, and ethnic representation. This is because students, especially those of younger age, usually prefer to be grouped with the same people in all tasks. Additionally, I would have talked to those students who feel unfit and have tried to give them support from my side. As a result, the composition of schools can make identity more notable for youth. This can occur in various educational platforms where there is an indication of a wide ethnic range, just as in non-diverse schools for students who represent minority groups. Following this disparity in acceptance among the younger generation, I contend that positive ethnic character advancement and an increase in group activities at elementary and secondary schools can eventually create a feeling of comprehensiveness inside society in the future. In the late adolescence and young adult years, issues of identity and status become of the most interest as youth investigate who they are more straightforwardly. In conclusion, many school factors influence the achievement of socially diverse children and teenagers. For example, the school's climate, projects supporting variety, an association of the local area, and a socially responsible educational program promote a more deliberate future generation which will reduce the economic and social stratification in the population. The ethnic organization of the United States is continuously changing as a result of immigration, resettlement designs, and movements of people inside the nation because of the availability of work positions in big cities and remote areas. Accordingly, instructors, schools, and locale should adapt to changing socioeconomics inside student populaces and cultivate interethnic inclusivity.